What's up, everybody? It's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and we got level 5 Hydra Hijinks free play for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, and I'm going to tell you why this is one of my least favorite levels so far. That's right, everybody always asks me, like, what's your favorite level, Brian, or what's your favorite character? But nobody ever asks what my least favorite is. Now, this level gave me a couple of headaches, one of them being the last two collectibles at the end. It's kind of a same process in which you have to do it, but there's two collectibles, and it's a pain in the tuchus. Now, as I'm complaining, we want to make sure we go ahead and pull up our map, go to the levels, and select Hydra Hijinks free play. We're going to start things off by choosing Doctor Strange because we have some, well, some stranger things to handle. And we, okay, so the second thing is it's got one of these mini kits that has multiple posters scattered throughout the level. So I was not able to get all of these bad boys in one swoop. So that's why you're seeing Minikit 7 start off right there. And you're probably like, Brian, why is it Minikit 7? We haven't got 1 through 6 yet. Well, it's because we don't get all the posters until we have 6 other mini kits in our bag. So speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and use Doctor Strange on this upper tier here to go ahead and build up those grapple points that a character like Spider-Man can use. Now, I feel like Doc Ock should be able to use those double grapplers, but I couldn't get him up there. So I just went ahead and switched to the web flinging wonder, and look at that. Spam, 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 spam. All right, we'll rip that down, and booyaka show! We'll collect our first mini kit. So, O to the I. Now, hey, if you're in a hurry looking for all 5 of those posters, as they are not all butted up together, you could use those quick links down below in the video description. Those will certainly help you get through them a lot quicker. Now, next up, we need a character to go ahead and jump up high and pull down this lever, which is going to give us access to the next part of our area. And we can do that. Well, I tried to get it with Spider-Man, but it seems like a character with double jump is going to be a better suited helper, but looks like even though I didn't grab the bar, it pulled it down. Now, we're going to need Doctor Strange again to go ahead and use his special abilities to manipulate this weird-looking, I got some sort of a chest over here in the front right side. We'll build up the remaining bricks into what appears to be some sort of a teleportal spot, and oh to the true believer with our 6, oh, we got 8x multiplier on. That's right. We've got quite a bit of studdage coming through. And look at that. I missed that spot. Watch that next step. It's a doozy. But go ahead and make your way through the portal and find that mini kit waiting inside for you. 2 down and only 8 to go.
I've been expecting you.
Ooh, it's the claw. Hey, did you see that next poster up on the left side wall there? We'll go ahead and take that bad boy out in a second. If you forgot what needs to be done here, we need to switch on over to Captain and use his shield to reflect these laser beams over to that pile of gold bombs and missiles sitting over there. That's right. Kablooey for you-y. And he runs off and dips out a door, which actually has a mini kit behind it. We'll get to that in a hot second, but first, we're going to go ahead and take out the second poster, which again is on the upper left wall there. Booyaka show! We'll go ahead and take that. Thank you very much. Now we'll make our way into the new room that we now have access to, thanks for melting down those gold bombs. And we'll toss our shield up above to the high right side where you can see the third poster hanging out up there by that red baboinger. Now we've got 3 of those bad boys, and we will come back to them in a second. Next up, we got to take out these bad guys in this room, and then we're going to make a little mention of this room over here. Remember Doctor Strange actually has the telekinesis ability to mind control these peeps. Go ahead and take control of that guy and make him stand on that pressure-sensitive switch, which will make that back wall puke out a mini-kit. And we'll go ahead and grab that bad boy, and guess what? 3! That's right, we've got 3 of them now, and next up, we're going to actually use this little device here. We got Ms. Marvel we need to pull out, and she is going to hack attack this wall here. So check this out. We got one of these little guys. Now, I have to say, these are certainly my favorite hack. I know I keep mentioning that, but they're just so simple and easy. They're fun to play with, and, you know, you don't have to move a character around on the toy pad to get the right colors or anything. I hated that. You know, it seems simple and easy, but it was a little bit of added pressure on me when recording all of these videos because, you know, the last thing I want to do is look like a complete noob. I'm here to help you. And speaking of looking like a complete noob, anyways, that wasn't the best time to throw in a Patreon link either. Anyhow, we went ahead and completed that hack and opened the door, and we'll collect number 4. Next up, we're going to drop down to this lower area and check it out. On that left wall is another poster. This one happens to be 4 4 of 5, so we're getting very close. And we'll find a character that has some sort of projectile ability. And look at that. We toss our shield up there and collect it. Next up, we're going to need somebody like the Black Panther to go ahead and use this hack terminal down here. Now, I do believe Spider-Man and a whole bunch of other characters will do the trick as well. And unfortunately, as you know, I've already bragged about being pretty good at these little old school puzzles in a previous video. That didn't apply to this one right here. I make good ground in the beginning, and then I move a couple around thinking I know where I'm going, and nope, it keeps telling me, no, Brian, you're using the wrong one. So last but not least, I actually start getting the right motion, and look at that. Oh, I finally completed. Once we get that all complete, we're going to go ahead and unlock a character token for Captain America's Secret Empire, which is pretty sweet, as there is a trophy achievement for pulling out 2 different eras of Captain America. Now, I actually did that on accident in one of the levels, and now you can do it too. And hey, on the way out, make sure you dip behind that left barrel, as there is a mini-kit heading behind it, so that means we only have 1 more mini-kit to find before we find that last pesky poster and collect mini-kit number 7. Then we'll kind of be back on track, and then all of a sudden, guess what? It gets into the worst of the worst, as we've got those really pain-in-the-tuchus kits at the end here. So, all right, hey, I'm a little cart before the horse here. I have rebuilt those bricks we found from those glowing boxes into a Captain America shield switch, but as it turns out, I need to flip the switch in this little room here to drop those boxes up from above, and then I need to go ahead and toss my shield up there, as it'll destroy those boxes and give us a few bouncing bricks to build into a gravity booster pad. So we'll go ahead and do that right now as our AI characters take out that bad guy. Thank you very much. Oh, and there comes another one. So it turns out there's just like this never-ending spree of baddies, and I would recommend trying to avoid them as much as possible. But look at that. Boing! We got that bouncer up there. We drop some bricks down below. Now all we have to do is build this gravity booster up and, of course, switch on over to Peter Quill, a.k.a. Star-Lord, and throw one of them boosters right on there. Now, it should remove all of this debris blocking our path here, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, a little recommendation, too. I try not to switch characters when I am controlling either Spider-Man, Hulk, or, you know, people like that. Iron Man's another one. There are certainly some extra animations added to some characters, so I definitely toggle over to, like, Ms. Marvel or somebody. I guess Ms. Marvel even gets so big, but... All right, hey, we've used that gravity booster and removed all that debris, but we want to make our way back in and flip that switch again, as it's going to drop another box with some bouncing bricks, and although it kind of throws me for a loop and tries to get me to go up there, we actually need to build the bricks down here. Once we build them all up, it's like a little ride that we hop on. It's a little tiny rocket with the pew-pew, and we need to take out 10 bad guys with this little rocket and pew-pew. So, as it turns out, I kind of go off the left-hand side and just turn around, and I just hit the button over and over, and eventually enough guys come in, and I rack up that mini-kit. So, that's right, we just got to be patient and wait. So they come in pairs of 2, and hopefully you can blast them before the AI gets them for you, because although they are helpful, and usually I totally applaud them for taking out baddies with me, this particular case, we want all of that stuff. So, all right, we got all 10, and booyaka show, we officially have all that we needed to get that mini-kit. Now, I missed a bluesy out there. I went and swooped for it, but I missed it. As soon as we get into this next new area, look at that. The final poster is up on that wall. We'll go ahead and jump for joy, as I don't know why. I guess it's just the perfectionist in me. I hate scattering out collectibles like that. I would much rather get them all in one swoop. And speaking of one swoop, there's a ladder that's kind of hidden off to the right-hand side here. I kind of took a different approach. I flew in and gave you a different view of it. But basically, we need to switch to somebody like Star-Lord, who can stun these bad guys. We can get up close to them and give them the old pow right in the kissa. And then guess what? By taking both of them out, we get to freely. So, all right, we got our character token. We've got 7 mini-kits, and we freed Lee. So we only have a couple more items left. Basically, this mini-kit right here is the last easy one. We want to fly up. Instead of using this hack terminal right away, we want to get up on the top of this ledge and use Dr. Strange and his, I guess it's his telekinetic ability to go ahead and manipulate that glowing box up there. Now, I have a heck of a time getting the right angle. It was certainly a funny angle. And it turns out, it looks like you can even make the contact with that flying in the air, but the sweet spot for me was just to the left of the old circle there, and look at that. I went ahead and slammed that box around and got some bouncing bricks, which turned into a mini-kit. Well, the good news is we've got all the easy mini-kits and collectibles out of the way. The bad news is that the next 2 are probably the worst. I don't know about ever, but they're certainly the worst in this game so far. It's just they're really time consuming and they're kind of easy to miss. And although you can't technically, well, you can miss them, but we're going to give you a theory that you don't technically miss them. You just have to wait and try your luck again on the second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth time around. But first off, we have to step in and fight the Claw. He's got a couple of bad friends with him, and we got to take them out first to remove that force field. Now, again, this is another one of those pesky boss battles that just also seems to go on forever. You got multiple factors or layers to this. We got to take out Iron Man, and who is this other guy? Some sort of, I don't know who that is. He's got an arrow pack, and I'm sure I should know who that is, but I don't. Both of them are down and out, though. We get up close and personal to Claw, and it doesn't take him long before he calls in some more foes, and we take them down quick style and get another chance at removing some of that health bar, or as we like to say, depleter that meter. And oh no, he knocked us off. That was not a good look for us. We got bounced off the ledge there and plummeted to our doom. Now, essentially, a lot of these boss battles, I'm kind of contemplating maybe even editing the majority of these out. I only say that because we've already covered these boss battles in our story modes, and they just seem to go on and on and on. The goal of these videos is to be quick, precise, hopefully in high definition for you, and easy to follow, and some of these boss battles go on forever. Now, we do provide those quick links down below, and Thumby has already come in and recommended that we use them in order to speed this process up. But if you're one of those peeps that just likes to watch and don't like to interact, like pushing buttons or clicking quick links, boy, that's kind of a tongue twister if you try it, but there's certainly other ways. So let me know down below what you guys think. Do you guys prefer the boss battles in the free play, or should I remove them? And now I just gotta say, we gotta get more than just one comment. We need a lot of you to go ahead and drop a line down below and let us know what you think, because some of yous want us to save and quit, some of yous want us to finish the levels out, and so far the majority pretty much says that you would rather us finish the levels out, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're gonna want me to keep these boss battles in, which is why I've kept them in so far. So we are getting pretty close to the end of this guy, and then we get into the first of the last two mini kits, which are gonna seemingly go on forever. In fact, I don't remember how long it is, but I would say it's probably a good 2.5–3 minutes before I get the 9th mini kit. Like, it takes me that long. So okay, I'll kind of explain this. Essentially, there are 10 hot air balloons that we need to take out. Now, it is possible that you might miss one of those when you go by it, but as it turns out, as long as you don't fire at the main boss in front of us with that meter, you should be able to continue swooping around this area until you nail all 10. There you can see the first one is off to the right, and unfortunately, I was controlling the ship, not the guns. So that's another important factor. You can actually use the character selection button to go ahead and toggle back and forth between the flyer and the shooter. Now, I highly recommend using the shooter for this particular one, and number 10, I actually recommend using the flyer. So we're going to use the best of both worlds. However, I am terrible at this gun, and the way that the angles are, it kind of seems like you only get a hot second to go ahead and switch the angle of your shooter, and I'm not quick enough. I feel like my look speed needs to be turned up a little bit, and as a result, I'm really slow on the draw, and it takes me quite some time to get around. Now, I've been complaining for quite a while already, and as you can see, I've already found 4 of those 10, but because I am not shooting at the main boss, I can just keep on keeping on. A couple of them are pretty easy and right in your path, while a few of these are not so easily found. And of course, along the way, you also get attacked by what appears to be the Silver Surfer, but I'm not sure that's the case. And some of you is probably going to go, that's not the Silver Surfer, that's because I don't know. You know me and my Marvel knowledge is very limited. But all right, we got that guy off the wing, whoever he was, and I am back on the gunner trying to take out as many of these hot air balloons as possible. Now, I probably should have put a little link down below and counted off all 10 of these and put 10 quick links in there. But at the same time, I'm not sure you would have been able to figure out where we were, as we're kind of just flying around in a circle. Now, my notes that Tyler P put together for me indicate that I do have a little bit of control over which side or which way I go. For example, for number 10, we need to be on the left side of this hot air balloon, and that's when we know we're getting close to the stud rings that eventually lead to the actual mini kit's location. So there is a little bit of control that you have whilst flying, but realistically, there's kind of just an axis that you're floating around. Think of it as like the gravitational pull around Earth. we can only go so far around, but we do have a little control up and down, so to speak. So anyhow, we are getting pretty close to the last couple. There is, what, 6? I think I just hit that guy. Why didn't I get that one? So it is possible, too. It seems as though some of these hot air balloons respawn and then don't count when you hit them. So those are a couple that I've already grabbed on a previous run through the area. Not in a previous gameplay, but just I've already made a lap or two around this blimp, and apparently I've gotten those. So that was another frustrating factor for me. So I promise, though, we are almost done with Minikit number 9, and Minikit 10 isn't as bad. It actually comes really quick. The hardest part is actually finding the location. So again, I've got a little bit more information about number 10 when we get there, but it's really just a matter of being patient. And I got to be honest, I was a little worried knowing right here I'm on the left side of the balloon, and I'm coming around. There was the stud ring up behind me. I actually just missed that Minikit. But look, I got my reticle in place, and I'm targeting, and I got 9 and nope, that's 9. All right, so 10's coming up. Ready for it? Booyaka show! There it is, and that is the number 9th Minikit. So that was a little confusing as I was saying 10th is coming up. That was the 10th hot air balloon, which gave me the 9th Minikit. I know it's a little confusing, but all right, so I have officially switched, and I am now flying the vehicle, and you can tell because my aim has all of a sudden got Stormtrooper syndrome. I can't hit the broadside of a barn no matter what I'm doing, and that's good because I do not want him shooting and targeting that main boss guy in the ship there. I want that meter to stay undepleted. That's right. And hey, if you have not already, check us out on social media. I know a lot of you guys are big on Facebook or big on Instagram, things like that. Whichever your preference is, we are on that platform, and we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see you. We also have giveaways and contests and all sorts of information that we're constantly posting on social media, and it'd be super cool to have you there and be a part of that conversation. So if you haven't already and you're into that kind of thing, check it out. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and keep following this guy. Now, we're actually on approach right now. As you can see, we're making our way around the big blimp. And essentially what we need, here I'm going to read you verbatim what our guide says. And if you haven't checked out our trophy achievement guide on our main website, check out HappyThumbsGaming.com, look up for guides, and find the one you need. This one happens to be Marvel Superheroes 2. But this is what it says. It says, this mini kit is very difficult to get if you aren't sure what to look for. And if you miss your chance to continue the sequence, continue the sequence until you return to the same location. Just don't shoot the boss. And all right, so basically, once you get close to the start, to hang a left a little, you know you're in the right spot when you pass the blimp on the right. Okay, blimp's on the right, and you'll see a ring of studs. You only can control the ship when your teammates control, and basically we need to go up. There it is! You see it? Booyaka show! All right, I know that was kind of confusing, and I was trying to watch the screen and read a bunch of text at the same time, so hopefully that wasn't the worst on top of it being the worst. That would be worser, you know what I mean? Anyways, all right, last but not least, we got to deplete that meter, so go ahead and take control of the cannons themselves and target that bad guy as best you can. For me, I'm pretty good at aiming on this, and then all of a sudden, once that meter gets depleted halfway, all of a sudden, we've got Baron Zemo card pops up, and he does some crazy acrobatics in this airplane, and we've got to switch around to the backside, so he is now attacking us. Basically, you just got to take out all of his missiles and continue to, I guess, deplete that mate. So, yeah, you probably could simply focus right on the ship itself and then just take the brunt of those rockets he's shooting at you. It might go quicker. However, you might actually go up in flames. I don't know. Look, my health meter's going down, but I don't know if I actually get blowed up. We'll have to wait and see, or will we? That meter's almost gone, and we are almost out of here. Speaking of almost out of here, look, we got 1.4 million. And uh-oh, what's going on? What's going on? He's flipping around. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's right. It's the tables have turned. We're going to go ahead and put him down for the final time. Now, again, hey, if you guys have any feedback for us, like if you'd like us to skip these boss battles, if you'd like us to continue or not continue the end of the level once we have all the collectibles, let us know down below. But guess what? That's going to wrap it up for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 Level 5 Hydra Hijinks free play. We got all 4 of those gold bricks. We got 1 for completing the story. We got 1 for getting that True Believer stud requirement. We're going to get one for getting all of those wonderful mini kits, which also rewards us with a comic book, which we'll take to Gwenpool, and we'll get to check that out at a later date. We'll also get a whole bunch of studs for getting that too, which is nice, and look at that. Oh, wait a minute, we didn't get any studs. Usually we get studs for getting those mini kits. Anyhow, we freely, and we got that last character token that was hidden from our story level that we weren't able to grab. So Captain America's Secret Empire is now part of our Secret Empire. We got to purchase them first, though. We'll wait to do that. Studdage is more required for our pink bricks for now. But anyway, as I already mentioned, check us out on social media. We do have a trophy achievement guide with all sorts of information, including locations to collectibles, trophy achievement information, and all sorts of other fun stuff that Tyler P put together for us. Hey, shout out to Warner Brothers for hooking us up with this copy of this game. It's been lovely so far. As for me, that's going to do it. Until next time.